Yeah, we're all a little kinder. Let the earth be a reminder. We're hoping beauty grow, love has no end. For all we know, we didn't know. We learned it all the year that we stayed home.
Ooh, Skylar, Faith. What episode are we on?
64. How in the world did we get to 64? I know people counting. We just count. We go up from 1. Hi, how are you? Welcome to Randy's Live. Happy Saturday. It's Saturday. It's a holiday weekend. Are you feeling it?
I'm feeling it.
Are you?
Sure.
Woohoo! We want to, first of all, say how we got here. This is how we got here. We're in our home. We're coming to you live from Nashville every night. When this whole thing started and the world sort of shut down, I turned to my husband, who is now my cameraman, my graphics department, my editor, my director, a whole lot of other things, hospitality, talent booking. This is Andrew McGinnis. Say hi, Andrew.
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Bing.
I said, you know what? I think we should do something. I was just feeling antsy. I felt like I wanted to connect with people in some way, and things were quickly shutting down and canceling all around me. And so I said, I want to find community and I want to find connection. And so I told him, I think we should go live every night. And he was like, oh, okay, every night. And I thought maybe we'd go for like 2 weeks or something. And it turned into a whole lot more than 2 weeks. We've been at this now for 64 consecutive nights, not even stopping when there was a power outage. But selfishly, it's a way that I can say hi to my friends. I can check in on people that I've been thinking about. It's been really a beautiful thing for our family. It gives us something to do every night. And so this is my audience and stage manager over here. This is Skylar Faith. Hi, how are you tonight? Looking fashionable. I just want you guys to know that she, every night at about 5:30, she gets herself together. She thinks about what kind of sign she's going to make, if it's on a dry erase board, if she's going to color it. And then she brushes her hair and she brushes her teeth and she gets into hair and makeup. And then she puts some clothes on that we let her choose, and she comes and gets ready for the show. I noticed your boots. I noticed my boots. Those are my boots.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my boots. So to be clear, you're 7. She's 7. Those are my boots. Okay. That's great. Okay. Anyway, so how are you guys doing today? Let's see who's here. Hi, Marsha. Marsha's here. Susan's here. Tim is here. Colin's here. So good to see you. We've got everyone watching. We've got Pennsylvania. We've got Wisconsin. Hi, Amanda. As you guys know, it doesn't catch up all the way. So if you're on and I don't see you, I will probably see you in a few minutes. We have a great show lined up for you tonight. We have an awesome guest for you. Before we get to that, we like to tell you what we did today. So it was beautiful here in Nashville today, and there were storms predicted for this weekend, but it's actually gorgeous. The weather's really nice. Went for an amazing walk this morning. It's like 85. It's like 85. Skylar went out with Dad, rode your bike a little bit. Did you play some games? Down by the park?
Some frisbee and baseball and bike.
Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds super fun.
Yeah.
Dad, was that fun? We
That
sat
was
outside for
super
a little
fun.
bit. That was really nice.
Yeah.
Cleaned the house a little bit, worked on some new music, writing some new music. And that was it. The day went really, really quickly. Last night's... We had lunch, yes, we had lunch. Skylar watched a movie last night with her cousin in New Jersey. What? Thank you, technology. It was the cutest thing. They sat in front of the television for 20 minutes, and Skylar had her cousin on her iPad, and they were watching the movie together. It was enough to make me cry. It was a really sweet thing, and I say, a lot how grateful my little family is that we are here and we're safe and we're in our home, and we know that that's only made possible by all of the amazing people that are out there on the front line saving lives and doing all of the essential things that need to be done so that we can stay in and be healthy. And also I just want to give a shout out to the age that we live in, where we certainly know there are pros and cons of technology, but the fact that she was able to share something for a half an hour like that, a movie with her cousin, was really sweet. They get to see each other online, and hi Gabriella, hi Dino. Okay, Shondell is on, hi Zach, hi Wendy, it's good to see you guys. We have a nice group tonight. You're in for an awesome show. What else do we want to talk about? That was our day. I want to give a shout out to Alan, our neighbor, whose birthday is today. Woo, great neighbor. We have nice neighbors here. Hi Rye's on. Let me share. I want to share to all the places. And how's Dad? Should we check in with Dad? You did a lot of set design yesterday. Are you
That is-
exhausted?
that is
if
good.
you didn't watch our Fun Friday show, let me just quickly tell you about it. We did a game show. We've gotten crazy with our Fun Fridays. It's Saturday. Where were you for the first 5 minutes of the show? We did a Fun Friday with a game show. We had our friends on from California and New York, and they played a game of Password, which was crazy to watch. And then later on in the evening, we saw them for a virtual happy hour, and we were talking about how fun it was to have them on the show and how neat it was and what a neat game show that went on for like years and years and years. I think it started like in the late 60s and went from 70s, 80s, forever. They kept bringing it back. The game show channel kept sort of like reincarnating it, and I got kind of sad, and I was like, I was just a bummer though, we couldn't play. So Andrew and I actually played a couple rounds with them, and we were
Yeah.
good. I felt like we could have really...
And the password is...
Okay.
I love that
God,
voice.
Are you just going to talk in that voice all the
I
time?
think so.
I think it's time to move on to our
It's
guest.
so
That's
fun.
what I think. I'm going to do one more check-in and say hi to everyone. Woo!
Randy's live.
Hi, Dean. It's nice to see you. Randy's live. That's so close to my name, and yet... Okay,
Not.
so we're going to work on that. So we did math last night when she was keeping score for the game show, and we're going to work on spelling tonight. R-A-N-D apostrophe S.
And if you get
You
confused,
fix that.
it's on the TV
But to
in
be
big
clear,
letters.
her lipstick is on point. So
It
we got
is.
that going for us. Okay, so when I moved to Nashville, not very long ago, about 2 years ago, I was really lucky to fall into a circle of really amazing people. And this is the way, luckily, I've been blessed in my life that I've been able to connect through one or two really heartfelt, wonderful musicians, and they introduced me to a lot of other really amazing musicians, and the circle opens, and it's cool. So through my friend Gio, I hope Gio is on tonight, I was able to get in touch with a lot of great songwriters. You do a lot of collaborating when you're in Nashville, a lot of co-writing, and even though most of my CDs are mostly solo writes and a couple duets here and there, outside of that, a lot of you know I have co-written with tons of people in San Diego, Los Angeles, New York, and now Nashville. And so this is a songwriter that I was introduced to. He has a really amazing story. When I met him, he was just a really nice guy. We did some co-writing. I thought he had great voice. I thought he had a really super, really incredible guitar skills, and I was happy to kind of hear what he was doing. And didn't know that he had this fantastic history of being on American Idol and had a whole crazy career with a really musical family. He's a good friend now, someone you're definitely going to want to keep your eye on. And so here's a little bit of what my friend Riley Bria does. I can't wait to show it to you. I love it. That's Riley, and that's just him doing a little bit of what he does. He does rock, he does country, he does singer-songwriter, he does pop, he does a little of everything. He has the many versions of Riley Bria. You know what? It'd be great if we could talk to him, though, see how he's doing, check in on him. Should we see if he's home? I feel like we should try. You know why? Because everybody's home. Because everybody's home. Let's knock on the door. I love that. Let's knock on Riley's door. Let's knock on his door and see if he's around to chat. That would be awesome. It's ringing. Hey, lucky us.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Riley. It's so good to see you.
You.
How are you, my friend?
Good. I'm good. Really can't complain. What about yourself?
We are okay. Thanks for checking in with us today. Thanks so much for doing our live show, episode 64. We just showed our friends and followers that are watching from San Diego, Los Angeles, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Los Angeles, Pasadena, West Hollywood. Woo! We showed them your awesome video. And it was really cool to see you doing all that. And I was telling them that there's many, many versions of Riley. You have you do a lot. You play, you write, you sing all kinds of music. Tell my friends, first of all, where are you calling in from today? So where are you right now?
So right now I am at my parents' house in Spring Hill. I live with them because I'm very cool like that.
You are. Ain't nothing wrong with that today. My 7-year-old told us today pretty much she was going to live with us forever, and I said that's okay. I'm fine with that. So when this happened, when the world sort of shut down, and we, kind of Nashville officially realized that things were going to stop. What were you doing at the time? It's always really interesting to find out from all the different artists. What were you up to? What was your life like before the shutdown?
So before the shutdown, I was gearing up to do a handful of shows of my own, one at the Basement and a couple others out of town, and as well as I was on the road with a girl named Caroline Jones, playing guitar for her. That's kind of a new gig I got. That's been awesome, been a lot of fun. So we were gearing up to do some rehearsals for her to head out on the road like the entire next month, and then just all types of things, and then we just everything shuts down, so it's like, oh, okay, well, now I have all this time on my hands. So
yeah, a lot of time on your hands. Yeah. So I know that along with your band, then you also play at a lot of downtown. I've been kind of following you lately, a lot of downtown Nashville, and of course for those of you that have heard, Nashville shut all of Broadway down, so those clubs were finished. And then for touring, that was kind of no-go for a while. So during this time now, we've been at it for, my gosh, it seems like at least 6 weeks, if not more already. What have you kind of found yourself doing like during this time? Like, I mean, what have you done during this time?
Been writing a lot. I've been co-writing a lot the last couple years, and I recently sort of started getting into just writing a little bit more on my own. Still co-writing a bunch, but just trying to get in my own head, I guess, a bit more in some ways, and out of it in a couple other ways. But and just recording a bunch. I'm just in my bedroom here, very fancy. So I just sitting here like all day, and I'm just recording guitar parts and making MIDI drums and singing vocals and just trying to get a bunch of music down. Because I don't know how much of this time I'll be able to have once things kind of pick back up and all that. It's kind of, I'm sort of seeing it as like borrowed time right now. So
awesome. I'm
just trying to get a bunch of crap done that I've either been sitting on and not doing, or just new stuff that I'm passionate about, recording some covers with some friends. I've got a couple in the hole right now, like full band sort of covers that I'm working on with some friends, and those have been loads of fun. I actually started recording one of the songs that you and I wrote, Randy, with my dad, Flatline,
cool.
And plugging away on the demo for that, and that's been a lot of fun. So just basically that's it.
That's awesome. I know it's really funny. One of the things that's been neat about doing this, talk show that I'm doing is that some artists were saying that they just were not in a place to create, like they just were not feeling it. Other people are like, oh my God, I'm creating more than ever. Like I'm writing so much now. Some people are like, well, I don't feel like writing, but I want to collaborate, and I'm finding new ways to do that. I'm able to like write with people I never thought I would have been able to. So it's so interesting to me. And I also kind of say I totally honor everyone's journey. Like if you're not into it, nothing's coming out of you. I feel it. And if you're just having the best, writing time, that's awesome too. Well, yeah. So Riley and I have written together a few times. I love, he always comes with these amazing guitar parts, and his dad also. Your whole family is kind of like musical, and Dad comes and does like these, good grooves, and we've been able to really come up with some cool stuff. And I think it was right before this happened, I got to go see you and your band do a few of those songs live, and that was so cool for me. It was really, you guys were great. So I can't wait till those get recorded and I can hear them. So what about that guitar you've got there? Are you going to play a little of it for us? Or, I know I just put you on the spot, but you're holding it, and I was like, maybe, I don't know.
Without it, honestly, there's a guitar to my right, another guitar to my left, a guitar, like they're just all over the place. I can't really escape there. Can't escape me, I guess, is what it is. So this is like this has been my main guy for a couple of years now. It's a Les Paul made by this brand called Takai. These like Japanese knockoffs that just absolutely kick ass. And so I love this guitar, but this is kind of like my new hotness, is this 12-string Taylor I got. It probably came in the mail like last week or something. And they hooked it up on this one, and it sounds awesome. It's the cheapest 12-string they make, and it just sounds amazing. Been playing a lot of like some Pink Floyd. Yeah, and then man, what else I've been messing with? Like some yeah, just all that kind of stuff, you know?
I mean, you just like, it was like right to my heart there. You threw in a little Jersey, you got a little Pink Floyd. I mean, I'm just happy now. Well, yeah. Another thing I just want to mention too is there are a few people that messaged me today that knew you from Idol, and I just want to throw this out to tell you that, you know, we did a whole songwriting session, by the way, I found that first track we did on my phone a couple days ago. I totally want to somehow get you to record that, because I love that first one. It's more like a ballad, it's a little more ballady, but it's awesome. But we did this great writing thing, and I was like, yeah, great, you know, great guitar licks, you know, great vibe, really kind, super sweet, which to me just means a lot, you know. I like it. There are amazing players all over Nashville. I mean, you're going to go out on any given night and find amazing people, but I connect on a heart level too, you know. And so I went home or something, and I don't know who it was that mentioned, oh, I recognize that name, like he's done something. You did not tell me a bit of your story or a bit of your journey, so I didn't know anything. And just like, then I just Googled you. And so if you want to find out more about his amazing journey, just Google him. It's incredibly interesting. And so super humble and kind, and I appreciate that about you. So tell me, for the people watching, before I let you go, tell me first, where can people find your music, or like, what do you know, where do people look? Have you recorded new stuff? Are you in the process? Tell me that.
Yeah, it's like I'm in this like super weird limbo right now where I don't have anything out at the moment, and I'm just like cooking up a bunch of stuff, like throwing a lot of paint at the wall and kind of seeing what's sticking and what's working with me, and song wise and sound wise, and getting vocals right, get just all these different pieces that, you know, hopefully amount to something. But I'm writing a bunch, and so I'm in the shed right now and just trying to get all that sort of out and sift through all that. But in the meantime, you can follow me on my Instagram, which is just @RileyBria, and Facebook and all that stuff. And I do these, we actually haven't done one for a couple weeks, but I do these like weekend little cover things with my family. I've got like a pretty talented family. It's kind of nice. I live with a bunch of talented folks. So we just we get a couple songs together. We'll practice some covers mostly, and then we'll just live stream it and just see what people like, take some requests and stuff like that. So you can check us out on those. We should be doing one pretty soon. I haven't announced one, but hopefully sooner than later. Yeah, and that's pretty much all I got going on right now. You can see me on the road out with Caroline Jones. She's awesome. She's super talented, like definitely real deal picker, player, singer, songwriter. She kind of does it all. So she's a badass. So yeah, that's where you can catch me at these days.
Cool. We will definitely check out your Instagram and your live shows. It's so funny. You got really lucky being quarantined with a live band, you know, like you have a whole band there. That's really
Absolutely.
Totally. Okay. So since I have a talk show, I ask 3 questions to all the artists. You can take them like as light, you can be funny, or you can take them heavy, but I do it with just about everyone to try to get people's perspective. So here we go. Okay. First question is, what's been the hardest part for you during this time of social isolation? What have you found to be the hardest thing?
The hardest thing for me is probably not playing as many shows and not being able to like collaborate with people as freely. I'd say that's the hardest part for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of which, we are definitely going to write on the book as soon as this is, you know, over. Okay, and then 2, what would you say has been like a silver lining, if there is one, like something that came out of it that was like a blessing?
Oh man, I mean honestly, like probably more. There's probably been more positive things than negative things. I guess at least the way I've tried to look at it, like having so much time, like I've sort of been able to like you can kind of like take the time to sort of look back on like yourself and like some of your habits and just these things that kind of like make up your daily schedule and you know, just all kinds of the minute pieces of your daily life, and kind of being able to analyze those maybe a little more and change a couple things, or you know, and that all just kind of has been good to, you know, can kind of continue growing as a person, even when life sort of feels like it stalled out for a second, you know, and just trying to use the time to, you know, just kind of keep moving forward. Because in my mind, at least, the more in touch with myself I get, and the more in touch with myself I get, the more I feel like I can pull out for like songs and stuff like that.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, good perspective. Okay, last question. And I say every night when I made up these questions, I was like, oh, we'll ask it for like 2 weeks or something. And I realize now that these questions could change, you know, depending on how long this sort of goes on. But what have you learned? What will you look back and say you've learned from this time?
Man, I've learned that I am going to go to bed no sooner than 2 a.m. ever. That is, I've officially broken after this. No coming back.
I think, you know what? I think that's a lot of us. I think that's absolutely a lot of us. So yeah, no, what is time? What are days? It's the 97th of March. Yeah, what's happening?
Or is it Tuesday? I don't know, you know?
No.
Hey, I don't actually, is it a Saturday or a Tuesday? Or is it a Wednesday?
It's actually
I literally
Saturday.
don't know what day it is.
Well, it's so good to see you, my friend. It's great to hear you. It's always awesome to catch up with you and see what you're doing. And you know I'm a big fan, and I wish really good things for you. So please say hi to your family for me. Say hey to Dad. And when this is all over, we will get back to writing and collaborate and do more stuff. And I'm glad that you're making new music. We will go into the comments and post all your stuff so that everyone can follow you and catch some of your Instagram lives, okay?
Perfect. Awesome.
Awesome. Really good to see you, friend. Yeah, take care.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a great time with the rest of the show.
Yeah, we will. That's my friend Riley. He's awesome, huh? Isn't he great? He was one of the first people I met here, and great energy, great story. Again, just Google him if you're interested in his journey. It's really amazing. He's got a lot of talent, and what's so fun about him is that you know, I love sort of these genre jumping artists, you know, that kind of do all of it and can do all of it, and just a sick player. So it's great. So I'm happy we were able to say hi to him tonight, and I look forward to the time when we can, I don't know, catch up with him again, right? Speaking of new music, this is something I was working on before this all started, and I don't know, I had it down for a little bit. Listen, we are at episode 64, so I've done a whole lot of Randi tunes, and here's one I'm going to do for you right now. Nightingale, nightingale, your wings are such a pretty sight now. Nightingale, I can see that you aren't ready to fly now. They don't know your heart, they don't know your scars. Lay you down easy, break or fall. Nightingale, your song is such a pretty tune now. Nightingale, nightingale, I believe he stole it from you now. It's been locked away deep in a cage. Lay it down easy, break or fall. 'Cause you don't know what she lost. You don't know what it cost. Sam. She likes the bird song. So let me tell you about that tune just a little bit before we say goodnight. It was just a song that I writers just write. We write. And not every song that we write we plan on releasing. That's just the way art is, and any songwriter will tell you that. Or we write 97 beginnings of 5 million songs, and then we put them away, and then maybe we visit them. Other songs come to you like lightning, and they're like done in 40 minutes. The few songs of mine that has happened with, like What Matters and Happy Hour in Heaven. Those are ones that kind of came quickly, although Happy Hour in Heaven took a little bit of maneuvering. But this song was just one that, honestly, when I came to Nashville for the first time ever, I became a bird watcher, which is, my friends are laughing right now because, like, nature, but we beautiful birds around here, and they sing all the time, and I learned, about mockingbirds, and I learned about cardinals and all of these birds, and so I really started, when I don't sleep at night, because I don't sleep at night, I would sort of read stories about birds, and I learned that nightingales, are known for this night song that they sing, and that for years people thought it was the female that sang, but it's really the male that sings. You can Google that. I'm pretty sure that's right. And I know you will, because I know my audience. They're a very smart audience. Anyway, so I thought that was so interesting. I couldn't get that out of my mind. So this was a song that I wrote just because I wanted to write it. And if you talk to songwriters, we have the ones that we know that we're going to sort of like polish, and they'll become performance songs, and they'll wind up on our projects, our CDs, and we'll release them. And then other songs we just sort of write for ourselves because we're feeling it. So that was one that I just sort of wrote for me. And on episode 64, I shared it with y'all because, I'm running out of songs. No, that's not true at all. That's not true at all. I've got a few new ones, like 3 new ones that I haven't done yet because I'm saving it for our last week, which I think is going to be this week coming up. We have some great people coming on for you this week. I'm going to send out a blast so that you can see all of the artists. We've had a great time checking in with you, and we care for you, and we hope that you guys are all doing okay. Let me just say goodnight to our people. Can you actually walk in those, Skylar Faith? You're trying. How's she doing? You're doing okay?
She's doing good.
You're doing okay. Oh, I can't see anyone anymore. Okay, well, Dad, we'll just say, no, I can't. It won't show me right now. So I'm just going to say goodnight. I'm sure you're there. I appreciate you being there. Big shout out to Riley. Hope that he posted his stuff in the comments. If he did not post his stuff in the comments, then I will post it for him. Riley Bria, you can find him on Instagram. You can find him on YouTube. You can find him all over the place. Oh my goodness, she's combing down my curls, because this is just what happens on episode 64. You just let the curls go. Is there something you want to say?
Yeah.
You're so tall with my boots on. What is happening?
Your
Vibe.
attracts
Your.
tribe.
And we love our.
Tribe.
I like how you're doing this now. Oh, there's a song. We love our tribe. Okay. Thanks for checking in. We'll see you tomorrow night on our Sunday show, episode 65. Good night.